Welcome everybody to A Kiss for the Petals Maidens of Michael. Just came out today on Steam. This is another entry into the long-running Kiss for the Petals series. I didn't even know how many of these games there were until I did some research, and I'm like, wow, there's a lot of them. So here we go, another one. How's the, see, that's what I like to see. This is already set for me, so I don't do it. Let's just start. You're stuffed? Why are you stuffed? What did you eat? It was our lunch break. Putting away my empty lunchbox, I promptly rose to my feet. I'm actually surprised it just jumps me right in. Okay. I had eaten quickly, which probably wasn't that good for my digestion. But I had no choice. Our lunchtime was only so long. Only some minutes in a day, after all. If I didn't speed things up a bit, I was going to miss my chance. Very important chance. Of course, I would never just dash out of the classroom like that. I made sure to take a moment to acknowledge my classmates, still leisurely enjoying their own lunches. This game is provided by mangagamer for your lovely viewing pleasure. This game does have 18+ content. Not on the Steam version, obviously, but for people who purchase the Steam version, there is a patch. I don't know if it's live yet, but there will be a patch at some point for people who have purchased the Steam version to get the 18+ content. So, you know, you don't miss out on all the naughty parts, you naughty, naughty viewers. Girl A. Like, would it be that hard to give them names? I mean, I guess maybe it's just so people don't get confused. Maybe. The classmates I had eaten lunch with questioned me, full of curiosity. I hadn't expected any follow-up questions, so my response was delayed a moment. What should I do? How should I answer? Of course, the reason I was in a hurry was... personal matter. When I stammered out my answer, another classmate next to me smiled knowingly. This is St. Michael's all-girls school, so you can probably know what to expect. Yep. No, we're not. I flinched at hearing Miya's name. We need to go. My lame attempt at deception having utterly failed, I hurried out of the classroom to escape. I thought I heard a cheerful voice call good luck from behind me as I left. I just ignored it. Aww. Everyone totally had the wrong idea. I mean, I'm just... Yeah. Yeah, we're just getting head count. That's all. I murmured to myself, not talking to anyone in particular. And so, I began walking the school grounds looking for that girl, Ayase Miya. This is the St. Michael's Girls' School, or St. Michael's for short. As the name indicates, it's a place for girls to assemble under God. It's where pure maidens of prim and proper pedigree devote their days to the purest of knowledge and the service of God. Here, in this school where young girls of noble lineage assemble, I, Azumi Risa, have spent my days, largely drama-free up to this point. I take things pretty seriously, if I do say so myself, and I'm not afraid of hard work either. Because of that, or I guess as a natural result of it, my grades aren't half bad. I form normal relationships with other people, and I don't mind when someone comes to me for help. I'd always rather face a problem head-on myself than slack off and let someone else deal with it. It was those qualities that led me to become class representative the moment I entered high school. Because we're just that good. No one nominated me, actually. I volunteered for the position. No one wanted it. I wonder why. Given how things have been going, you might say my school life was progressing pretty smoothly. All except for one thing. I should move my mouse pointer so you can't see it. The stairwell, the rooftop, the library, the schoolyard. After walking all over campus, I finally managed to find the person I was looking for. Seeing her there sitting on a bench in the central courtyard, staring off listlessly into space, I felt a moment of relief. I scolded myself for letting my expression soften. Today was the last day I was going to give her my... today was the day I was going to give her the peace of my mind. It might be the last day I'm going to give her a piece of my mind. I don't know. As I approached her, I spoke up in a voice more stern than usual. People are going to label you delinquent. What would they think? Her beautiful eyes focused on me for a brief moment. And then she went back to being silent. It was like she wouldn't even acknowledge my presence. Your being silent is very annoying. As I unintentionally raised my voice, she finally looked up at me. I'm sorry, I'm the class representative. Everything is a concern of mine. The unstoppable object has found the immovable wall. Will love blossom? Or will it falter? She laughed. I laughed. Everyone laughed. Just now, Miya looked at me right in the face and laughed. In class, she was usually so passive. Didn't seem that way to me at all. Felt more like she was casually brushing off my remarks. The nerve. I was terrible at handling these situations. This girl was the one part of my school life I hadn't counted on. My relationship with my classmate, Ayase Miya. If I was a hard worker, then she was the exact opposite. An utter genius. Her grades were remarkable, the kind that don't have to work for their grades. She could handle anything flawlessly. She's the symbol of perfection. She was probably the smartest girl in her grade, maybe in the whole school even. And on top of that, she was stunningly beautiful. First time I saw her in class, her beauty overwhelmed me. If she wanted to, she could have been the class queen. And yet, she hadn't managed to get along with anyone. She didn't attend class, she didn't participate in any events, and she definitely didn't try to make friends. She was just happy to be on her own. I dare say she was the rare problem child at St. Michael's. Hang on one second. Let me check the config, see what options there are. I probably should look this. Voice settings. Don't look at that. Spoilers. Window mode. Full screen. Okay. Already ran. Auto. Text speed. Okay, just your basic stuff. Control type original. RenP. Right click. Oh, you can save. Oh, that's pretty cool. Pause text on CG. Oh, that's pretty neat settings there. Lower music during voice. That's on. Okay, that's actually pretty nice. I wish more. It's got some pretty nice options here. I'll have to admit. I wish more VNs had these options. Don't look at that. Spoilers. Okay. As class representative, there was no way I could turn a blind eye to such a student. With my sense of duty inflamed, I took steps to ensure she didn't remain isolated. And so it ended up that anytime she caused some kind of trouble, I would head out looking for her so I'd give her a good talking to. Never really seemed to work, apparently, but you know what, I tried, and you can't fault me for that. And here we continued our bickering as we had had countless times. I'm sorry, I just read a huge, like, hour-and-a-half long VN quick look that'll be out soon, and I'm a bit tired. So I'm messing my words up, sadly. Yeah, could you at least just humor me? You could just come to class just once today. Come on. Come on. Come on, look at that smile. Come on. Come on. You know you want to go to class. Come on. Once again, I got no response, the bitch. But she was planning on skipping again.
ちょっとミヤさん、私の話ちゃんと聞いてますか？
ええ、リサさんって本当に一生懸命で偉いわね。
あなたに偉いって言われても嫌味にしか聞こえないのよ。
No matter how hard I tried, my grades and looks would never hold a candle to hers. We're not shabby looking, I don't think. We're pretty. What gave me mixed feelings? To hear someone like her call me remarkable. I mean, I'm not remarkable. Maybe she's mocking me. She's probably mocking me.
あら、そうなの？
そうよ。
Miya appeared to be deep in thought for a moment, but then she quickly looked back up at me.
あなたがそう思うなら、それでもいいわ。
Casually affirming my opinion, she rose from the
そ
bench.
れでは頑張ってね。真面目なクラス委員のリサさん。
ちょっと待ってミヤさん、逃げるつもりなの？
You get back here. You gave a little giggle as she headed off. Ah, that giggle gets me every time. And after it took so long to find her, too. I was gonna let her keep her skipping class like this.
待ちなさい。
Although the weather was nice today, as it always is, the area I was standing in didn't get much sunlight. Couldn't tell from the background, but there's not much sunlight. But the ground was still a little muddy from the rain we had a few days earlier. And that's what caused my loafer to slip out from under me. Plummeting face first toward the ground, I shut my eyes. Oh my, shall I have this dance? How happy we are. When I opened them again, Miya's face was right in front of me. I don't know what kept calling her Miyu. Just as I had been about to fall, Miya caught me in her arms. Had I ever been cradled in someone's arms like this before? It felt so warm and safe. Wait, what was I thinking? I hastily apologized to Miya. But what was I doing? Calm down. Calm down, okay? What was the right thing to say in this situation? With my head in a panic, I couldn't think of anything. I was normally so quick to respond, I had no idea what was wrong with me. Maybe I was still just in shock. My heart felt like it was never going to slow down. I really wasn't sure what to do. Stay like this. Just stay in your arms just a little bit longer. Pretty please. My body had become unbearably hot. I was utterly embarrassed. I felt a tightness in my chest, and yet there was this warmth. I want to stay like this just a little longer. That's what went through my mind.
リサさん?
Hmm?
いつまでこうしているつもりかしら?
As long as it takes. Visibly shaken by her question, I abruptly separated myself from Miya, praying she wouldn't notice. But she probably totally noticed, because she's not stupid. Somewhere in my panic, my original objective of coming to scold me hadn't been long forgotten. Taking advantage of my inability to speak, Miya headed off, walking in the opposite direction from the classroom. Typical. I just watched her go. Yeah, that's what I did. I'm helpless in her gaze. But as she was leaving, Miya had one last thing to say to me.
ね、リサさん。
何?
Nani?
あなたって、
Oh
とっ
my.
てもいい匂いね。
I'm trying this new pomegranate shampoo. What do you think? My heart nearly jumped out of my chest. Miya's figure quickly grew smaller in the distance. What was this? What's going on with me? I shouldn't say that like I'm an idiot. She talks, you moron. No matter how much time had passed, that pounding into my chest didn't die down. So the last game I played didn't have any voice acting. I had to voice all the lines. So... It was afternoon now, and Miya never did come back to the classroom. As I gazed at her empty seat, I realized I felt a little relieved, honestly. And for some reason, I just couldn't stop thinking about her catching me earlier, and what she said to me. Focusing on the lesson was impossible. Ugh, fractions again?
私どこかおかしいのかしら
My heart still hadn't stopped pounding. I couldn't stand Miya, though. Ugh. Why did I keep replaying the same scene in my mind over and over again? The only reason I had anything to do with that delinquent girl was because I was class representative. I had no choice in the matter. That's all there was to it. And yet...
もしかして私ミヤのこと
Oh my. Feelings? No way. Absolutely not. Not in a million years. There was no way. I absentmindedly clenched my fists around the notebook sitting on my desk.
あらリサさんどうかなさったのですか
ノートがぐしゃぐしゃですわよなんでもないわ
I quickly let go of my notebook and tried to straighten it out. This was getting bad. Really, really bad. I had to get a hold of myself. I was probably just shaken because I never had been that close to Miya before.
そうよ
Yeah.
それだけのことなんだから
That's probably all it is, you know? We got flustered in the moment. Not uncommon. There was no need to try to force love or hate into the equation. Yeah, that was it.
リサさんはどう思われますか
Think about what? I was so wrapped up in working out my own thoughts, I totally missed what my classmate had been saying next to me.
ごめんなさい
Some friend we are,
ちょっ
right?
と聞いてなかったの何のお話かしら
It's about prom. Who you going with?
もちろんベストカップルの
Well,
こと
close
ですよ
enough, right? Close enough.
何それ
The best couple. Couples? Other people couldn't possibly see the two of us as a couple, could they? My face burned
リ
furiously.
サさんお顔が真っ赤ですよひょっとしてこういう話題苦手ですか
リサさんは本当に真面目ですからでもたまにはこういうのもよろしいんじゃなくて
We are pure maidens of God? I don't think we should even be talking about this. Probably a sin. Did they really need my permission? Now even more classmates were getting in on the discussion, a hot topic to be assumed.
ベストカップルの話ですか私はやっぱりユーナ様とナナミさんが一番だと思いますわ
Wow, they are really nice. People like them.
ユーナ様はみんなの憧れですものねナナミさんもすごく可愛らしくいらっしゃるからでも私は断然リリプラチナムと雫御前ですわ
Sounds like a girls band, Lily Platinum.
皆さんのお話よく見えないのですが
And with that, I suddenly had everyone's eyes on me.
あらそういうことならちゃんとご説明させていただきますわ
She explained things starting from the beginning. The best couples was just one of the topics gaining popularity on campus recently. It apparently had to do with who among the couples on campus were the best. You know, duh, right? Lately, I had spent every spare moment preoccupied with finding Miya so I could give her a talking to, so I had really had no clue about any of these things people were buzzing about.
ベストカップルか
And the fact that this made me think of me and Miya, well, there must have been something wrong with me.
でも今のところあの4カップルがダントツ上位に来てますよね
4カップルそれってさっき話した
Four
2カ
couples,
ップル以
huh?
外にもええご存知ありませんか
Can't say that I am.
なんとなくは知っているけれどあまり詳しくはそれなら私が解説させていただきますわまずはユーナ様とナナミさんのカップルですが
And that's when she opened up a mini album she had pulled from her bag and began an enthusiastic explanation. She must have wanted me to say that. She was just waiting. She was like, yes. Oh my.
上
Okay.
級生の松原優奈様はミカ女のアイドルで美人で成績も優秀でまさに理想のお姉様ですわそんな誰もが憧れるお姉様とお付き合いなされてるのは小田七海さん私たちと同級生ながらも環境整備委員会のメンバーに選ばれていらっしゃるのきっとすごく優秀なお方なのねそうなの環境整備委員会って確か学業成績、生活態度、その他諸々の審査に通って初めてメンバーに選ばれるっていう
attitude in life. I mean, that girl, she gets straight A's, but she's kind of a bitch, so... Sorry, you're not... She's not available. She's not applicable.
そうですわ。ちなみにユーナ様はその委員長を務めていらっしゃるのよ。
You seem pretty nice though, right? Right. Seeing as we were in the same grade, I was casually familiar with Nanami-san, but to learn that she was a member of such a distinguished group, I was a little surprised.
Kaede様。
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's my jam right there. The girl on the right. Yeah. Wait, what? They're cousins? That can't be right. Are these people like dating, or is this just like they're a couple, like just like a title? Wait, there's print? She's really cute though. They're all really cute. No, the glasses and the hair braid are... Those are the signature traits. Without them, it all falls apart.
私も噂で聞きました。はあ、一度拝見してみたいものですわ。2年生のマイ様&レオ様のカップルも大本命ですわ。沢口マイ様はユーナ様、楓様と並んでお姉様にしたい先輩の一人です。
In a good way.
面倒見のいい、本当に親しみやすいお姉様って感じですわね。
It's like What the hell was her name? I'm never gonna remember.
一方の川村レオ様は先輩ですけれど、すごく愛らしくていらっしゃるわ。でも、凶暴か。
Whoops, sorry, I mean to skip that, my bad.
そんなレオ様の面倒を見れるのはマイ様だけなのよね。
Okay.
なるほど。まるでマイ様は猛獣使いみたいなものなのね。
そして外せないのは最上級生カップルのエリス様と雫様。シトギエリス様はプラチナブロンドの美しい留学生でファンクラブが作られるほどの人気のある方なの。実は私、そのファンクラブリリプラチナムに入っていますのよ。以前ご一緒にティータイムを楽しんだことがありましたけれど、あれはまるで夢のようなひとときでしたわ。霧島雫様は雫御前とも呼ばれていて、成績優秀で理科女一の優質ですの。さらに先生方からの信頼もとても厚く。
I mean, they all seem like excellent candidates for the best couple.
プラチナブロンドのエリス様と和風な雫様が並ぶと本当に絵になりますよね。
Calm down now, okay?
今話題のベストカップル、皆さん素敵ですわよね。
You're making me choose? I don't know.
リサさん、いかがですか？
I don't know. They're all really great.
リサさんはどのカップルが一番だと思いますか？
The question came so suddenly, I was at a loss to answer.
なんと言いますか、皆様、こうつつけがたいというか。
I don't know.
そうですわよね。本当に皆様、素敵なカップルばかりで迷ってしまいますわね。
そうですね。
I mean, there's only one way I would choose the best couple. Put them all in a battle royale against each other. There you go. I feigned a smile as the others resumed their passionate discussion regarding their respective favorites. But Kaede is the favorite, so there's nothing to argue. Could you imagine if there was actually an event to decide something like that? I wonder which of these 4 couples I heard about today would win. Amidst the crowd of students heading home, one of the couples who had been the topic of discussion earlier appeared in front of me. One of them was an acquaintance from my own grade. Wearing a smile that spoke of innocence, Nanami-san addressed the upperclassman standing next to her.
こちらいつも委員会でご一緒している安住リサさんです。
ごきげんようリサさん。いつもななみさんがお世話になっております。
Oh, you're very polite. Thank you.
ごきげんよう。
Ah, I found myself captivated by her. So this was Yuna-sama, the ideal girl all the other students were always talking about. She was giving off the aura of a girl of true refinement. Not at all like a run-of-the-mill girl like me, a true Ruriko, if you will.
それじゃあリサさん、また委員会でね。ええ、またね。
After exchanging our simple pleasantries, I bid the two farewell. As they walked away, I sensed the change in atmosphere between them.
一緒に帰るの久しぶりね。嬉しい
お姉様じゃなくて、ユーナ様、まだ周りに人がいますよ。
Oh my, scandal?
な。大丈夫よ。聞こえてないから。もう心配性ね、ななみは。
That's alright, I'm not gonna blackmail you later, or anything. I could hear them quite clearly, actually.
なんだ、二人になると話し方も随分フレンドリーになるの
I
ね。
mean, they weren't really saying anything
でもなん
bad.
だかいい感じよね。
Did you hear that girl? She was saying how they were glad they were walking home together again. I know, I couldn't believe it either. I wondered if I just witnessed an unguarded moment between two lovers. Yuna-sama whispered something into Nanami-san's ear. Nanami-san immediately blushed bright red and shouted something.
エロ乙女とかなんとか聞こえたような。
A what?
イチゴの品種だったかしら。
What the heck is a dirt eagle? Something tells me that is not a Google search I'm going to want to have on my search results. But anyways, it doesn't matter. Couples. A couple of what? I don't know. I wondered if I would ever find anyone to be like that with. My face suddenly flushed. Memories of being held by Miya were once again flooding my mind.
だから違うって違うのよ。あれは
Exactly. That wasn't love. That was just necessity. All the couples I learned about today looked so cute and lovely. They made my heart race. I envied them. But when I thought of Miya, my heart raced even harder. Ever since our encounter at lunch, I'd been incredibly fixated on her.
きっとミヤが一番綺麗なせいよね。で、あくまで見た目だけよ、見た目。
I'm afraid the jury's still out on that one, Missy. I'm sorry. The narrator's gonna have to butt in and disagree with you on that one. To me, Miya was prettier than any of the best couples I'd heard about today. Seemed to me she wouldn't be the slightest bit out of place among their ranks. Her looks were stunning, and she was smarter than anyone.
でもそう考えるとちょっと変よね。
Why had Miya come to St. Michael's anyway? That's the real question.
うちはお嬢様学校だけど、学業の面ではそれほどすごい学校でもないのに。
Surely there are more suitable preparatory schools for someone with Miya's levels of intelligence.
今更ながら不思議だわ。どうしてミヤのことばかり考えてしまうのよ、今日の私。
It was just an accident. That's all it was. I needed to get the thought of Miya catching me in her arms out of my mind already. Yeah.
どうして今日に限って鳴らないのよ、アラームが。
Seriously? Oh man. I forgot to charge my cell phone, so by the time I woke up, it was already almost late. I rushed to get ready and bolted out of the house without breakfast.
クラス委員なんだもの、間違っても遅刻なんてできないわ。
I raced down the tree-lined path in an all-out sprint. My behavior was completely improper for a student of St. Michael's. A very unladylike shriek suddenly rang out from nearby.
待ちなさい、レオ。
Jesus. What the hell are you doing? A diminutive girl appeared behind me with incredible energy. It was Kawamura Ryo-sama? That girl came up in yesterday's conversation. She barreled toward me at breakneck speed. And following hot on the hills was my-sama? No, not my-sama, your-sama.
あんな危なっかしい走り方して、あれじゃすぐに転びそうじゃない。
She naked? No sooner did I think that Ryo-sama took a spectacular tumble. And I was running just ahead of her. Ryo made an enormous leap forward as she fell, just like if she was trying to long jump. She slammed straight into my back, and the two of us tumbled to the ground, landing on our backsides.
レオったら人様に迷惑をかけて。はい、私は平気です。ですが。
I was a little shaken up, but thankfully I hadn't taken as much damage as I thought. I immediately stood up, dusting myself off and trying to act like it was nothing.
本当にごめんなさい。
Yeah, you better be sorry.
気にしないでください。それより。
I turned to see Ryo-sama still struggling on her back. This could be really bad for me.
何やってるの、レオ。前が鬼のような顔で追いかけてくるからいけないのよ。誰がなんだって？なんでもない。ほら、手捕まって。もう制服汚れちゃったじゃない。新しいの買うからいい。おバカ。前のせいなんだから。前が朝から私の知らない人とずっと話してるから。だからあれは委員会のことで話してたんだって。それくらいで人を威嚇しないの。
Someone's jealous. Maya-sama extended her hand to the sulking Ryo-sama. Then the two of them ran off like that, hand in hand. Even though they had just been fighting now, they appeared to be the best of friends.
なんていうか、レオ様って本当にちっちゃい子供。いや、可愛らしい先輩なのね。
I don't have time for this. I was late. Setting my sights on the classroom once more, I tore off across campus at full speed. Please forgive me this once, Saint Michael. I don't know how, but I managed to make it barely in time for first period. Yet again, Miya was absent from class. As usual, once our break period arrived and I was free to leave the classroom, I went searching for her. I walked as fast as my legs would carry me. Since as a student of St. Michael's, I would never run in the halls. Running is so uncouth. I don't even run. Seriously, I don't run because it's rude. Is that weird? That's probably weird, right? This morning notwithstanding, of course. I knew she spent most afternoons on the bench in the central courtyard. But outside of that, I frankly had no idea where she killed time the rest of the day. Though there had been a few times when I'd managed to spot her aimlessly wandering the halls and brought her back to the classroom with me. Where should we go? Can we choose? I'd already done a thorough scan of the current floor, and that girl was nowhere to be found. We all know she's in the library. I suddenly noticed a stairwell. On the floor above us, there were specialty classrooms, like the art and science rooms. Okay, let's check there. I ascended the stairs. There didn't seem to be anyone currently using these classrooms, and it was deathly quiet. I opened the first door I came into and checked inside. However, there was no one there. As I closed the door, feeling dejected, I noticed something. I saw the door to the adjacent art room being shut. I hadn't seen her clearly, but it looked like Miya from behind. It was just a gut feeling, but I knew it was her. I was confident that I could recognize Miya better than anyone in my class. Yeah. For some reason, I blushed at the thought. Who cared if I could recognize Miya better than anyone else? I shook my head as I entered the art room, trying to clear the thought from my mind. As I entered the dimly lit room, the scent of paints and art supplies hung heavy in the air. Easels and chairs were lined up neatly, and there were no signs of life. That's weird. I scanned the room and spotted a single door. That must have been the art supply storeroom in the back. It was probably filled with art equipment that hadn't been used in ages, so there wouldn't be much room for a person. I placed my hand on the door. It was even darker inside the storeroom, and there was a slightly musty stench. Just as I suspected, canvases and stone models were all that filled the room. No, it would have been funny if she opened the door and just Bob Ross was there just painting away, you know, painting some nice happy trees or something. That would have been a nice scene. It seemed impossible that anyone could hide in such a cramped space. For a school as fastidious about cleanliness as St. Michael's, this room seemed surprisingly neglected. Everything was covered in a fine layer of dust. Huh? I sensed something was out of place. I tried to make my way further toward the back of the room. As I got further in, I suddenly realized what it was. Nothing. Although it was hard to see in the shadow of the stacks of cardboard. This area alone seemed to have been cleared by someone. Suddenly, my heart began to race. I had only come here to find Miya, but I found love instead. I felt like I was about to stumble onto something terrible. And then, it was right in front of me. Secret passage? For some reason, there was a door at the back of the storeroom. I'd never heard of anything about any of the rooms back here. Well, we have to check it out. Tightening my grip, I turned the knob, and then I opened the door. More stairs. The stairs stretched up into the distance. Well, let's go. My curiosity was growing now. How could I not ascend these stairs? Who in their right mind would see a door, a mysterious door at the back of the storeroom, go up some stairs, and then to stop and say, you know what? No, not today. No one, that's who. Feeling like I was taking on a mystery of the school now, I began to ascend the stairs. Oh my. Is this where you hide out on your days? In here, in this tea room of sorts? Here in this room at the top of the stairs, I found just the person I was looking for. She seemed to be enjoying an elegant tea time, usually drinking tea and having snacks. So that really had been her I saw earlier. I hadn't been wrong after all. No, wait, I was getting flustered again. Where should I even start with her? And now I must kill you. It's not like that. I ran over to the window. I hadn't realized it at the time, but I'd actually set it quite high. Just what part of the building was this room in? I peered outside to check for myself. You could see the entire campus. Compared to the view from our normal classroom, this one looked much better. Or rather, it was much higher. Sorry, I was eating something. A loft? It made more sense when she put it that way. Seemed much cozier than an ordinary classroom. And even though it was part of the main building, I could see it at a spectacular view. This loft was just the sort of thing I might have read about in stories when I was younger. I was a little bit taken with it, I must admit. I tried to deny it. But the truth was, I didn't hate it. In fact, you might say it held a certain attraction. Huh? Speaking just barely above a whisper, I found myself entranced. It was as though something had snatched away my soul. And yet there they were, sitting there before my very eyes, a set of tiny stuffed bears. It was a limited set of Puchiko bears that you couldn't find anywhere anymore. They were all limited edition, so they always sold out immediately. How did they manage to end up here?
そこのティーカップセット？かわいいでしょ。
No, the bears, not the teacups.
あら、それね。それはそのティーカップセットを買った時もらったのよ。そんな。
Shouldn't such rare items go to someone who truly wanted them? Miya seemed like she could hardly care less about them. She couldn't hardly care less about them. But then maybe...
これ、リサさん欲しいの
I feel like she just read my mind and went into a panic. And yet, some strange pride as class representative prevented me from saying what I wanted to say. Yes, I want those bears. But I can't say it. Why?
別にそういうのには興味ないわ。
You know what? We're not being honest about our true feelings. That could be problematic later down the line.
あら、別に隠さなくてもいいのに。女の子らしくて、とてもいいと思うけど。
For some reason, I felt the need to lie in front of Miya, and I don't know why. I just couldn't bring myself to say that I wanted what I wanted. Curse this personality of mine.
女の子らしいって、あなただってそうじゃないの。この屋根裏部屋なんか趣味丸出しでしょ。
私はたまたまここが空いていたから使っていて、家にあるいらないものを持ってきただけよ。女の子らしいとか可愛いとか、そういうものとは私は無縁だから。
どこが無縁よ。そんなに綺麗な顔しているのだから、可愛いものに興味があったって。
綺麗な顔
？Oh no. Why did we say that? I somehow ended up complimenting her without even realizing it.
今のは。
ここは素直にありがとうと言っておくわ、リサさん。
How did things end up like this? Not again. I let myself get caught up in Miya's antics again, just like I always did. Although I was pretty surprised Miya had a secret place like this on campus. But I had to do something about her skipping class. I have to put the foot down.
ところでミヤさん、
何かしら。
また今日も授業サボったわね。今からでも遅くないから教室に戻りましょう。
嫌よ。
No, you don't understand. That's not a request. That's an order. Get your ass to class.
どうして？
だって今お茶を入れたばかりなのよ。
I don't care. Go to class. In an elegant gesture, Miya raised a teacup to her lips.
授業サボってお茶？相当いいご身分ね。
I mean, is it at least chamomile tea? Because I mean, then I maybe could have some leeway there, but...
あなたもいかがかしら、リサさん。クッキーもあるわよ。
You know what? I know what you're trying to do. Trying to butter me up, so I'll forget all about this after I have some tea and cookies. That ain't happening. Miya presented me a cookie placed on a handkerchief. She wasn't listening to a thing I said. I was beginning to grow irritated. I really couldn't stand her.
じゃあクッキーいただくわね。なんて言うわけないでしょ。
My voice came out so loudly it surprised even myself.
そう。嫌なの。だったらどうして？そんなに嫌なら、私のことなんて放っておけばいいでしょ。
ミヤさん。
ここから出て行ってくださらない？リサさん。
Oh, I'll leave, but I'm taking you with me. Her voice was soft and frigid. The way she said it was so detached, I was taken aback. But there was no time left until the next class began, so I made haste from the atelier. didn't mean to sound so harsh. Did I really come off as like a jerk? But even though she sounded so indifferent, Miya also looked kind of lonely. I got the feeling that there was more that she wanted to say to me. What that is, though, I'll never know. Before I knew it, school was over. Unsurprisingly, Miya never did come back to class. And for the rest of the day, she was all I could think about, just like yesterday. She had personally told me very clearly to leave her alone, but it seemed unlikely that I would let that stop me. If I saw her again tomorrow, I would be so anxious I would want to pursue her even more. Why was that? I couldn't figure it out. For the time being, it seemed my problems were destined to continue. I was alone on a bench in a central courtyard. As I sat there and thought, sighing heavily, a woman appeared in front of me out of nowhere. Hello, ma'am. As I answered, I looked up at her. The woman standing there was someone I had never seen before. She wasn't wearing a uniform, so she was probably a faculty member, but she was a stranger to me. Perhaps she knew what I was going through, because she just smiled gently as she spoke. A teacher, huh? She appeared to be a very kind, easygoing person. She must have been really popular with her students. She continued to speak to me, wearing her gentle smile. Talking to someone who didn't know anything about Miya actually kind of made things easier, and so I opened up to her about what was bothering me. What do I do? What kind of advice is that? That's true. It's like we want what we can't have, right? It's like the forbidden fruit. She wants nothing to do with us, but we can't just let her go. We gotta keep pursuing her. I got a little embarrassed and hung my head. But the teacher was right. No matter what happened, I didn't think I could leave Miyu alone. Miya, not Miyu. The answer had always been right in front of me from the start. She's gone as mysteriously as she came. The teacher who had been listening to me was nowhere to be found. I wanted to thank her properly. Could it be? Was it possible? St. Michael's Fairy? Really? I don't think so. That looked like a person to me. I mean...
そんなに引っ張らないで。まだお話の途中だったのよ。
先生は私とだけお話ししてればいいの。それに今
How
日
was
は一
this?
緒に帰るって約束していたでしょ。
だってルナがなかなか来ないからつい懐かしい校舎を散策に。
とにかく帰るわよ先生。早くホットケーキ。
A teacher and student shouldn't be dating. That's not right. Pancakes? What time is it? I heard the bell that signaled the end of class.
あら、もうこんな時間なのね。
Yeah, busy drinking tea and eating cookies. Time just flies. Once again, I had spent practically the entire day without showing up to class. Since I left my school bag here, I exited straight from the atelier without returning to the classroom.
真面目な委員長さんが来る前に早く帰らないとね。
I wonder if she has thoughts about our class. What representative here? The way she took things so personally, yapping at me, it was almost like...
小さな動物みたいよね。
I wonder what sort of expression she would make if I were to say that to her. I was certain she would turn bright red with rage. I couldn't help but stop and picture it in my mind.
宮お嬢様、お帰りなさいませ。
You have a driver? As always, a car was waiting in front of the school gate to pick me up, undoubtedly dispatched by my mother. Given the number of wealthy students at St. Michael's, it wasn't an unusual sight. It was a great relief to me that this sort of thing didn't attract much attention. But just as I was about to get into the car, I had a change of heart.
悪いけれど、今日は歩いて帰るわ。
承知しました。では宮お嬢様、どうかお気をつけて。くれぐれもあまり遅くならないように。
ええ、わかってるわ。
And so the car sped off without me. The driver was well aware of my personality, so she always granted me solitude when I requested it. For some reason, I didn't feel like going straight home today.
こうして一人でいる方が落ち着くし。
And I had a great many things on my mind.
家までのこの距離は考え事をするにはちょうどいいわ。
It was that time of year when the air was growing chillier. But I actually found the cold helped me think clearly. I made off briskly down the road. As I walked along, I pondered how I had spent slightly more than half of the school year doing largely nothing.
勉強なんて、学校なんて正直どうでもいいのよ。もう。
There you go. There was nothing more anyone could teach me at this point. All I had to do was read textbook once to be able to retain the
こんな
information.
に嫌なら行かなくてもいいくらいなのに。
Even when I did go, I never spent any time in class. I just cooped myself up alone in the atelier I stumbled upon.
それなのに。
Was I continuing to come to school without attending class because I was searching for a place to fit in? Was it because I was searching for the friends I would likely never meet? Or perhaps...
リサさんがいるから。
Her image popped into my head as though it were nothing unusual.
何を考えているのかしら、私。
Seems like she's thinking about us.
もういた。こんなところでサボっていたのね。
あら、またあなた？
それはこっちのセリフよ。毎回どうしてすぐに授業を抜け出すのよ。
それは
何？
リサさんが一生懸命私を探しに来るから、そのなんてね。
もう人をからかって何が面白いの？
そうやってすぐに騙されるところかしら。
なんですって？
And that's how things had been up until now. At St. Michael's, I had tried to have as little to do with the other people as possible. And yet, despite how much I kept to myself, there was one person who had reached out to me. Our class representative, Azumi Risa-san.
必死でまっすぐな姿ってどこか愛おしく思えてしまうのよね。彼女といると今まで味わったことのない感情を覚えるわ。
Irritating, yes, but not hostile. They were actually something closer to envy. Could this be? Could this be friendship? As the unfamiliar term popped into my head, I stopped in my tracks.
私は彼女とどうなりたいのかしら。気がつけば彼女をからかったり、憎まれ口を叩いたり。
In my head, I tried to sort out the nature of our relationship to date. There appeared a distinct pattern of me talking to her into submission, and her becoming agitated in response.
私、ひょっとして彼女をいじめたいのかしら。
As my mouth formed the words, it became clear to me that this was not the case. I wanted to forge a different kind of relationship with her that wasn't based on teasing.
天才なんて言われてるくせに、自分のことになると冷静に答えが導き出せないなんて、なんとも惨めね。
No matter how hard I thought on it after that, no answers would come.
どんな試験よりも難しいわね、この問題は。
落ち葉が綺麗ね。
Right you are, Risa, they are pretty indeed, but I'm afraid that that will be the end of the quick look. If you enjoyed the quick look, please check out A Kiss for the Petals, Maidens of Michael, available now on Steam and at mangagamer.com if you want to get the 18 plus version. But remember to be 18 plus to buy it. And I'm really enjoying this game. It's really cute and charming, and I'm really liking it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to play through. And I hope you find it enjoyable as well. And I will see you all next time. Take care and have a good day.